So it's that time. So I'm about to I just finished washing my car. I just got to clean the inside. But right off the bat, boss man is saying how we'll spend money on equipment, but some of us or some of you refuse to spend money on a uniform or some type of apparel. And I agree. That's why I made that video. So, how we look at it is like, okay, so you're telling us you're going to spend a couple $100s on an edger, weed eater, backpack blower, backup weed eater, a couple $1,000s on a mower, and then a few thousands on a truck, but you refuse to spend money on a uniform. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, make it make sense. And what you need to be doing is you need to be looking at your competitors. What equipment are they running? What type of uniforms are they running? What type of shoes are they running? And if you want to be successful, the best thing for you to do is mimic or copy another business that is already successful, because that's going to save you so much time and money. Like I said, like what kind of equipment are they running? Are they running Steel, Echo, Husqvarna? Or go befriend them and ask them questions. And that's why networking is so important. Because they'll save you a few steps and ultimately time and money. But I get it. When you start off, you're barely making money. So, it wasn't until year 3, so last year, that I finally got some type of uniform. So in that video, I was wearing my hoodie. But at the same time, I have shirts with my logo and my name and my number. I have hats with my logo, and then a sweater. But you definitely want to invest in uniforms, stand out, treat your business like a successful business from the get-go. And let me rephrase that. You want to treat your business like a business from the get-go, but at the same time, because you're slowly starting off, that's why it's important to reinvest back into your business. But eventually, uniforms should be on your list that you need to cross out, because it is important. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about 5 equipments or tools that I think every lawn care provider should have in their arsenal or in their toolbox, because ultimately these 5 tools have made me so much money. They've paid themselves like tenfold already. But let's get it. So we're about to do a quote, and then I have one job that we didn't get to this week because they weren't home, and he's an older guy, so he pays with checks. So he doesn't live too far, so it's not a big deal. But tool number 1 is you need a ladder. So I bought this little giant leveler. So pretty much what it means is that you can level this guy out. So say if you're on a uneven angle, or the floor, the ground, or the dirt isn't leveled, you can move this guy up and down on both sides to level it. And you pretty much just lift this guy up and it retracts back up. So super handy. You need some sort of ladder. Pretty much, let's see if it tells you. I think this one goes up to like 20 feet or something. It gets really tall. Doesn't say. But it gets pretty tall. And pretty much, if this ladder isn't able to reach something, I'm not taking the job because it's too high and I don't want to, risk my safety or, break a rib or my back or whatever, or a bone. So pretty much this is the only ladder that I've used for the past couple years. When I bought it, I think it was like $300. It's a little pricey, but definitely worth it. So you're going to need that. You'll definitely need a ladder, but I definitely recommend that. So tool number 2 and 3, there's 2 back here. Forgot to throw that out while I was cleaning my car. Chainsaw. So you definitely need a chainsaw. This is just like it's like, I don't know if it is like a commercial chainsaw, maybe not. Maybe it's still like considered residential, but it's the MS 170. But it's able to tackle a good bit of jobs. I do want to invest in another chainsaw, maybe something bigger, more commercial duty or heavy duty. But you definitely need a chainsaw for, you know, I've used it recently for crepe myrtles, or, you know, if they have like a tree that they want you to trim down, you know, the bottom branches, make it a little bit more taller, or give it like a lift. Definitely comes in handy. This would probably be my first priority. You need some sort of hedgers. So when I started off, I only bought battery stuff, which was a huge mistake. I probably spent like a good like $1,200 to $1,500 worth of that's how much I spent on Ryobi products, and then I had to rebuy everything again because it's not a commercial grade or heavy duty grade or whatever. But you do need some sort of hedgers. These haven't really given me any issues. I've had them for a couple years, but you know, during summer when everything's growing, a few of your clients will ask you like, oh hey, can you trim my shrubs? And you know, you can charge them, you know, a couple $100 or, you know, $150 to trim all their shrubs, and it'll take you maybe like an hour and a half. So definitely recommend a hedger. And what's that? That's 3. I gotta start on this quote, but then on my other job, we'll do 4 and 5. So Bossman is saying that little trailer is packed. Yeah. And again, I was gonna go with the 6x12. This is 6.5x14, which I am so glad I went bigger. Again, I got this trailer because I listened to my buddies that have been in the game a lot longer. They're like, go bigger. And now looking back, I wish I would have actually just gotten the 7x16 or 8.5x16. But again, back then I was a mess because I was just like, my anxiety levels were high. I was stressing out because I didn't want to drive a big trailer, and now it's like I don't even think about it. But where were we? Number 4. Let me see. I should have it back here. Number 4, straps. So you'll need some kind of straps. I like these. I'll post a picture because these are kind of like retractable. So let me put you guys down so y'all can see what I mean. But so it retracts. This one's a little worn out, but pretty much, you know, it goes back on its own. So there you go. So you definitely need straps because you're going to be doing some cleanups. You're going to be hauling some leaves, and the last thing you want is, you don't want to like a big branch to fall off, or you know, if you're doing junk removal, you don't want trash flying out, because if you get caught and pulled over, that is a $500 fine where I'm at. So you definitely want to use straps. And last but not least, loppers. So these loppers have made me so much money within the past couple weeks, just because right now it is you know, everyone wants to prune the crepe myrtles, the rose bushes, etc. So I think these were like $70. And then when I did that big job a couple weeks ago, it was a $1,200 job because it was like 20 crepe myrtles. I bought another one, and this one was like $80. So you definitely need some loppers. These are for like rose bushes, so you need smaller ones, or for any limbs or tree branches. And then obviously, like the bigger ones, you'll be using a chainsaw if they're too thick. But all these tools have paid themselves like tenfold. Like I said, all that's left is just weed eating and blowing, and then we are done. I'm all done. don't know if y'all saw them striping dormant grass. Whew. Well, that's the good thing about these bigger properties, is that there's always something to do. There's always leaves or branches or spraying or edging. So that's the one good thing about these bigger properties, is that they keep me busy all year round. But yeah, those are the 5 tools. Again, these tools, obviously you want to get your mower, your truck, weed eaters, edgers first, and then eventually get these tools next. But again, they'll pay for themselves in no time. And again, with these tools, you can offer more services. So, my ladder, I would be able to get on the roof, offer gutter cleanings that just blow everything out. And yeah. Whew. But I think that is it for today. I know next week we have more jobs. I did just before I got here, I gave out a quote, but she pretty much wants like 4 yards of mulch, and then she wants to see how much it would be to be added to my bi-weekly schedule. So they're coming slowly but surely. But as always, like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Peace.